What's good, YouTubers? We're Castle the Dragon Sage, and I'm bringing you What If Naruto is from the Forbidden Clan Part 3 and had an ancient tail beast. So we left the story off where Naruto put Conan on top of him as they fell asleep. The next day, they wake up, and they get up and walk to the living room. As the Tendo Pain gave Naruto a piece of paper that said, "Go to this place." As Naruto reads it, it's some cave far away from everything. As he goes to a cave, as then when he arrives to the cave door is open. As Naruto walks in, he sees a red-haired man with a Rinnegan. As he's like, you must be the real one. As Nagato's like, that is correct. I am Nagato Uzumaki. As Naruto's like, what did you need? As he's like, I do not have long to live. As Naruto says, but why not? As he says, you see, I'm very sick, Naruto. Me and Itachi are sick, but you can change that, Naruto. As Naruto's like, but how? As he's like, I know that you have extraordinary healing powers. I want you to heal Itachi, but I must die, and you will take over as leader of the Akatsuki. As Naruto's like, but are you sure about this? As Nagato's like, I couldn't be more sure. Now come here, I have a gift of power for you. As Naruto's like, alright. As he walks over to Naruto, as Naruto walks over to Nagato, Nagato puts his hands over his eyes. As then he screams. As then a whole bunch of Nagato's blue chakra goes into his hands and goes into his eyes. As Naruto, he's already put the Rinnegan in Naruto, but now Nagato is giving Naruto all of his chakra, so that it's adding on to Naruto's chakra supply. As then Nagato is finally drained, empty of chakra, but then all of a sudden, more chakra came out of Nagato, but this chakra was green. It was green chakra, as Naruto was trying to figure out what this chakra is. As the Ten Tails is like, I feel so strong right now. What's going on? As then when Nagato is finally done, Nagato says, make peace of this world. As then he passes out and dies. So Naruto's like, I will, Nagato. As what Nagato did was, he put the Rinnegan into Naruto's eyes, as then when he added on his chakra to Naruto's chakra bank, as then he put Nagato, I'm gonna say, had sage powers. He had the dragon sage powers. As he put the sage powers into Naruto's Rinnegan, so that enhanced Naruto's Rinnegan. As he still has the Rinnegan, don't get it wrong. But first he activates the Rinnegan. But he can go from base eye to Rinnegan, or if he wants to, he can use his Sharingan and then upgrade it to the Rinnegan, as it'll just spin around and then turn blue, Anyways, as in the tailed beast, the 100 tail says, Naruto, walk over. My bad. He says, Naruto, walk over to that rod over there. As Naruto sees a rod, it's kind of like the rod that the Tendo Pain uses, except it's different. This rod was like about, the rod was about the size of a bow staff, and it had a sharp end. It was kind of like a spear, but it was just a sharp end on the rod, as he says, as he picks it up, spinning this, saying, this could be a useful weapon. As then he's like, yeah, I will make it, you can use that. As then the 100 tells just some hand signs, as then the rod goes into Naruto's arm, as Naruto's like, what happened? As he says, don't relax. Now watch this. Put chakra into your arm. As Naruto does so, as then the rod appears in Naruto's hand, as he says, you sealed the rod in my arm. As he's like, yeah, but you can use it whenever you want now. As Naruto's like, good thinking. Thank you. As then he puts the chakra out, and then the rod goes back into his arm. As Naruto walks back into the Akatsukis. As he arrives to the Akatsukis, they all see Naruto has his eyes closed. As then they're like, Naruto, what happened? As Naruto opens his eyes with the Rinnegan. As when he does so, the Tendo Pains die. As then Kona sees it, she's like, Nagato must have died. As then he says, Itachi, I am the new leader of the Akatsuki. As Itachi's like, oh, I see. The leader must have died, right? Because Pain died earlier. As soon as Nagato died, all the Tendo Pains died, basically. So therefore, Jiraiya will still be alive. Anyways, as Naruto's like, yes, this is correct. But Itachi, come here. As Itachi walks over, as Naruto then says, here. As then his hand is covered with the 100 Tails purple fire chakra cloak on his hand. As then he slams it on Itachi's heart. As Itachi's like, what the? As the purple chakra went into Itachi, spreading throughout his body. As then all of the diseases in Itachi were cleared out. As Naruto puts his hand back on Itachi's chest, pulling the purple chakra right out, as it had a whole bunch of poisonous organs and dead ones that he didn't need anymore, that was replaced by the chakra Naruto put in him. But then he throws the dead ones out as he says, I have just cured your sickness. You are no longer dying. You are now okay. As Itachi's like, how did you know? Nagato knew. He knew everything. So, yeah, you're no longer sick. But me and Itachi, we are to go to destroy the Leaf Village and get the Nine Tails. As you guys will stay here and discuss battle plans. As they all are like, alright. As Naruto puts on his short Akatsuki cape and he puts his sword on his back and he already has his rod that's sealed inside of his arm. Anyways, as Naruto and Itachi's walking to the village, he says, oh yeah, Naruto, here, because I know that you probably would want a more comfortable outfit while we do this. As he's like, huh? As Itachi says, follow me. As right before they left the Akatsuki's hideout, they went to the secret room. As Itachi pulled out one of the outfits that he was wearing, except it was the Anbu Black Ops outfit, just without the vest. It was like the Anbu pants with like the undershirt with a black, not a black mask, but it was just like the Anbu pants with the black tight shirt that goes around them. Anyways, as Naruto's like, yeah, and then he takes his robe off and puts that on. As Naruto and Itachi are now walking to the Leaf Village. As when they arrive to the Leaf Village, they are rushed by 3 Jonin. As Naruto's like, I got this. As they were running in a straight line, trying to switch it up, as all 3 of them jump into the air, as Naruto pulls out 3 kunais, as in he throws them, as they miss, as Naruto did that on purpose, as then the kunais turn around and go right towards them, stabbing them, going right through their backs, and coming out their stomach. As he's like, how did you do that? Oh, my Rinnegan. I forgot to tell you about that. I can control metal. As he's like, you can control metal with that? As Naruto's like, precisely. Anyways, let's keep going as they continue to walk. As Naruto's like, Nagato told me that there's this one jutsu that I could do with my Rinnegan that'll destroy a village in a blink of an eye. So, therefore, let's do this. As now Naruto has freaking the 8 gates, but he's about to use his Rinnegan. As him and Itachi go to the middle of the village by body flickering. As Naruto says, Itachi, I know you have the Mangekyo Sharingan. Can you create a Susanoo for me? As he's like, that'll make me go a little bit blind. As Naruto's like, never mind then. I think I can fly. As all of a sudden, Naruto slams his hands together as him and Itachi rise up into the air. As Naruto's above this village, as he says, now you guys shall know pain. As he opens his eyes and the Rinnegan's activated. As he says, a mighty push. As he freaking destroys the village, bro. Except all the important people survive. But the civilians, a lot of them died, but there's still some that are alive. Anyways, as now the whole village is just land. As Naruto and Itachi land on the floor. As all the main Jonin come, like Kakashi, Guy, Asuma, Kurenai. Naruto's like, oh, so all of you guys are here. As I see Itachi and Naruto standing back to back. As Naruto's like, well, Itachi, this battle's going to be one to remember. As he's like, you're right, Naruto. As they both take off their Akatsuki coats. As I'm going to say both of them are wearing Anbu outfits, except, yeah, they're both wearing Anbu outfits and both have a sword on their back. As Naruto says, well, now, then he deactivates his Rinnegan and reactivates his Rinnegan. As Itachi has both of his Mangekyos. As Naruto's like, oh yeah, Itachi here. As then he puts some chakra into his hand and puts him over both of his eyes. As he says, now your eyes are fresh as new. As Itachi's like, you're really something, Naruto. As now Itachi has both of his Mangekyos. As Naruto's like, well, I guess I can't let you show me up. As then Naruto's eyes turn into the Rinnegan. As they're standing right beside each other, pulling on their swords. As in all the Jonin arrive, as in like all the Jonin and Genin arrive, like Sasuke, Sakura, Shikamaru, all of those people and their dads and Jonin arrive. As they're like, huh, it's that boy. As Naruto's like, As when Sasuke sees his brother, he's like, Itachi, Uchiha. As Danzo is there, like, that's the Rinnegan. And Itachi with the Mangekyo. As y'all already know that Danzo freaking fears Itachi. Why do you think he freaking picked him to destroy the Uchiha clan? He's freaking scared of Itachi. Anyways. As he's like, that boy has the Rinnegan and he has the Mangekyo. As Naruto's like, Itachi, do you see that? As he says, what are you talking about? That guy right there. Under that bandage, I'm using my Rinnegan. I can see that he has Sharingans on his arm and in his eye. As Naruto's like, I got an idea. As he whispers in Itachi's ear, I'm gonna rush Danzo. I'm gonna get the bandage off of his eye and I'm gonna pull it out because I know that was your friend's eye. I've done some research. His name was Shisui Uchiha and he had the Mangekyo. If I give you that eye, won't you have the eternal Mangekyo? As Itachi's like, yes, I would. So that's the plan. And then I'm gonna cut that dumb arm off of his. As Itachi understands the plan now, as Danzo says, Anbu, go! As Naruto and Itachi pull their swords out. He sent like 10 Anbu after them. As Naruto says, I'll take 5, you take 5. As Itachi says, got it. As then Itachi looking at them, they all just start burning up in black flames as Itachi's right eye starts to bleed. As Naruto says, as they all get to Naruto, as Naruto out of each of his hands says, Almighty pull! As 5 of them get pulled from each side of Naruto as they're all in a straight line. As Naruto says, now metal rods! As the metal rods come out of each of Naruto's hands as they stab all 5 of the men right through the heart. As then he deactivates the rods as all the men fall to the ground. As they're strong. As Kakashi's like, now, it's your Sharingan Itachi versus my Sharingan. As Naruto's like, this is my chance. As he teleports right in front of Danzo with the Rinnegan with his sword. As Danzo's like, huh? As then Naruto slices that arm off that's in the bandages. As a tree grows out of Danzo's arm. As while Danzo cannot move, Naruto takes his hand and rips out Shisui's eye. As then he does a few backflips. As he also has taken the Sharingan out of all of the arms. As now he had a total of, I forgot how many eyes were in Danzo's. As Naruto has 5 Sharingans in his hand. As he says, here Itachi. As he hands Sharingan Shisui's eternal Mangekyo. I'm going to say that Itachi has the eternal in one eye. Wait, never mind. I'm going to just give him the eternal. As Itachi's like, what will you do with them now, Naruto? As Naruto says, I don't know what I can do with them, to be honest, Itachi. As Itachi's like, here, keep 2 of them, and then burn the other ones. As Naruto's like, alright. As he puts 2 in his other hand, as he burns the other ones. As he says, why did you want me to keep these, Itachi? As Itachi says, well, I might have an idea to combine the Sharingan and Rinnegan. Or maybe I'll just find a way to put them in your eyes so that you can use the 3 Tamoi and your Dojutsu and the Rinnegan. So you'll be able to activate 3 Dojutsus. As Naruto's like, that might take a lot of work. How about we just try to find a way to combine the Sharingans with my Rinnegan? As he's like, fine. As Naruto puts the eyes in some in some medical fluid, as he puts them in his it's only a little jar, like a little vial, and he puts the eyes in there and he puts them in his ninja pouch as he buns it up. As now Danzo is over there struggling to be alive. As Danzo's coughing up blood as everybody's looking at him, as they're like, those were Uchiha eyes. Anyways. So now, Itachi and Naruto are like, where's your 9 tails? As Kakashi's like, as if we'll ever tell. As in Naruto and Itachi look at a little redhead girl that's about Naruto's age. Maybe like 1 year older. As this was Kairi Uzumaki. As Naruto says, it's her. As he points at the red-haired girl, saying, I can sense his chakra. As the Panther's like, you're right. As Naruto and Itachi rush at the girl. As Kakashi and Guy jump in front of her, as Naruto says, get out of my way! As Guy says, I won't let you! As Guy says, dynamic entry! As Naruto snaps into the 8 gates for like 1 second, karate chopping Guy in the neck really hard, sending him flying freaking miles away. As then Kakashi's in Naruto's way, as Naruto sends a kick to Kakashi's stomach. As then he says, you're not an Uchiha. You don't even deserve this eye! As he snatches it right out of Kakashi's eye. As Kakashi's on the ground holding his eye as they're running right at Karin. As Kanine's like, Uzumaki chains! As some golden chains come out of her, heading right towards the two. As they jump into the air, as Naruto says, Almighty pull! As he pulls Kanine and grabs her by her neck, as he slams his fist in her stomach, knocking her unconscious. As then he says, we got her, let's go, Itachi. As Itachi's like, right. As then he says, Itachi throws smoke bombs as they're leaving. Now they're just walking. As they arrive to the to the Akatsuki thingy. Anyways, as Naruto's like, we got the Nine Tails. As the Nine Tails is like, as then they're like, good work. As then they extract the Nine Tails out of her. As Naruto's like, but this doesn't feel right to me. As Naruto was like, wait, you guys. As right before they are about to extract the Nine Tails, Naruto's like, let me see it, this girl really fast. As he picks up the girl and takes her into a different room. As Naruto says, I don't know about Nagato, but all I know is that I don't think this is right. I mean, I'm okay with being in the Akatsuki, but killing an innocent girl and using her tailed beast for something that's not important. As then he does hand signs, slamming it on her stomach. As in red bubbly chakra goes onto Naruto's arm and starts to go inside of him. As he's like, she doesn't deserve to have this burden on her. As now the Nine Tails is inside of Naruto. As Naruto says, now, 100 tails, we're losing her, hurry up. As he says, right. As then Naruto's hand turns purple as he puts it on Kainin's chest. As she goes back to normal, as she's alive again. And she's like, no, she didn't say Naruto. But anyways, as he brought her back to life, as then he says, Rene, teleport. As he activates his Renegon and teleports her to somewhere different. As Naruto says, the dumb girl got away. As Itachi's like, how? As he said, she used some type of Uzumaki ability and teleported. As he's like, oh, that's alright. As then Naruto walks up to Itachi saying, forget this group, Itachi. I think that we should become a duo and leave. As Itachi's like, you don't want to become in this group no more. As Naruto's like, no, forget this group. As then he walks over to Conan saying, Conan. As Conan says, yes. As he says, we're leaving this group. As she says, but who? She says, us three. Me, Itachi, and you. We will become a trio. A trio of greatness. As she's like, okay. As they all take off their Akatsuki clothing, as Naruto's wearing an Anbu outfit, as so is Itachi, as Conan's just wearing like a blue like not martial arts gi, but like, you know what they wear underneath the clothes or whatever. As then he says, the Akatsuki is no longer one of these. One of you guys can step up to become the Akatsuki leader, because we're leaving. As then they walk out. As now, Conan and Itachi and Naruto have created a big three group, as Naruto now has 2-tailed beasts, the 9 tails and the 100 tails. As we're going to go inside of Naruto's stomach. Kurama. As Kurama wakes up and sees the 100 tails, he cowers in fear, saying, yeah, what 100 tails? Oh, it's you. As he's like, yes, you are now a part of this boy. This boy will bring greatness to this world. As he's like, oh, okay. As then Kurama freaking shuts up and is now, him and the 100 tails have become pretty cool. Well, that's what we're going to do off part 3, guys. If you guys want part 4 is going to be about create Naruto and what's her face? Naruto, Itachi, and Conan are going to create their own little group, as they're going to name it. They're going to name it the Resui, or the Katsu, the Katsui. The Katsui. I don't know. They're going to be called the Sages, I guess. Freaking no, I don't know. I'll come up with a name for y'all later. Alright, y'all. If y'all guys want part 4, let's get 30 likes. Alright, I'm out of here, John.